All right. Are we live yet? Nope. All right. I think we're live. It's always one of those like, I think we're live things, right? Are we ever really sure that we're live when we're doing this stuff? Who knows? Let's see. Can I share this to, let's see. I want to share to a group. We'll share into a practitioner group. All right, almost there. Going to do one more share. It is an amazing weekend. It's 53 degrees, 56 degrees here in Utah. That's practically tropical, which is amazing right now because it was like 29 degrees or something like that a week ago. All right, we'll share that there. All right, so welcome. Happy Sunday. I'm really excited. We have so many cool things that are coming. Some things I can reveal to you and some things I can't reveal to you. But you know, it's interesting. Somebody posted it in a group the other day for coaches. They said, like, what is the biggest challenge that your coaching clients have that prevents them from having success with you? And it was such an interesting question because the answer for me is pretty much nothing, right? And the reason for that is because as a coach, I've been a coach for, it's going to be 24 years this year. I've always asked myself the question, and not just as a coach, as an educator, right? As a consultant, really as anything that I do, I'm always asking myself the question, what are the potential roadblocks that could happen that could keep a person from being successful after they work with me, right? One of the first roadblocks that I discovered probably 20 years ago now was that people were getting certified as hypnotherapists and coaches and NLP practitioners. And then I would talk to them 6 months later and I go, hey, how's it going? Are you seeing clients? And they go, no. And I'd say, why not? And they go, I'm still working on my website. 6 months later, sometimes a year later, still working on my website, which confounded me because I actually found one of my old hypnotherapy business cards and I didn't bring it down. It confounded me because for the first 5 years that I was a hypnotherapist and coach, I didn't have a website for it, right? From 2000 to 2005, I didn't have a website. I got all of my clients by talking to people. And so it's like scratching my head. It's like, why are these people waiting for a website in order to change lives and get paid, right? Why are they still struggling? So guess what I did? I built a website generator. I used to be a computer programmer in my former life. And so I used my programming skills and I built I built a website generator. Literally all they had to do was fill in a few forms, hit a button, and it would output a website. Now, of course, we have full website templates and funnel templates and email templates that we give our students and our graduates and our coaching clients. And so I'm always thinking, like, you know, what are those things that get in people's ways? We got some stuff coming in the next few weeks that is going to blow your mind. It's going to eliminate every technical and marketing obstacle that you have to being successful. If you're a coach, NLP practitioner, or hypnotherapist, this is a combination of some marketing software plus some AI that is just going to knock your socks off. And I can't wait to demo it. I can't talk about it right now. It's top secret. We've got about 52 people who are testing it right now. And all of the results we're getting from testing is people are just absolutely blown away by it. One of the other things that really holds people back when they get into, you know, really any field as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, is this idea, this notion, this feeling of that you're just kind of another number, right? That you're just a person you're just a coach, you're just a hypnotherapist, you're just an NLP practitioner. And a lot of times what happens is they'll look out at other people. They'll look at, you know, people, giants in the field like Tony Robbins and Marie Forleo and people like that. They'll look at other people in the field who they see crushing it. And they think to themselves, how can I stack up? How can I hold up to that? How can I stand out? Because the fact is, Listen, hey, it's wonderful to get certificates. I was telling Kaylee the other day, we get people that are like, I don't even know where my certificates are. And I was like, are you kidding me? When I got my certificates, the first thing that I did was I went and I bought frames and I put those things up on my wall, right? I was so excited. Nobody else could see them. They were just on my wall, but I was so excited to have those certificates. But here's the thing. Everybody has certificates. Well, most everybody, right? Most everybody has certificates in these fields. So having the certificate is great. It's kind of necessary. How do you stand out after that when everybody has a certificate, right? It makes you special amongst the population, but having your certification doesn't make you special amongst other coaches, hypnotherapists, and NLP practitioners who have certification, right? Now, some people will go on a master level, some people go on a trainer, a master trainer, and that's one way to increase your prestige, right? And increase your skills. But the most important way to stand out, when we look at people like a Tony Robbins, right? How did Tony Robbins become Tony Robbins? The thing is, there are people who will look at him and they'll go, well, he's just Tony Robbins. He's just special. But we know from the field of NLP, that's not true. There is no magic in anything. There's always structure, right? One of the first things Tony Robbins did to become Tony Robbins, as we know him today, was write a book, right? This is quite possibly the most valuable thing that you can do in your business. Because once you write a book, you're no longer a coach. You're no longer a hypnotherapist. You're no longer an NLP practitioner. You're no longer a health practitioner or a lawyer or whatever it is that you are. You are now an authority. I always joke with people, there's a secret website on the internet where TV program directors, radio station directors, people, editors and writers of newspapers and magazines, podcasters, there's a secret website where they go to find experts to interview. And if you're on that website, they can find you and they'll want to interview. It's like having the media chase you. You know what that website is? It's a secret. It's called Amazon. If you exist on Amazon, you are an expert. You are a word that I like better than expert because expert sounds a little like tooting your own horn, right? I like the word authority. Hey, Eric. Hey, Dennis. All the way from China, Dennis. And so here's the thing, though. The big thing that stops people is they go, I don't know what to write. Writing a book is hard. I tried to write a book once. I've been writing a book for 10 years. I'm still not done. And then the biggest obstacle that most people get is, how do I even get a publishing house to pay attention to me? How do I get a book deal? Now, I'll tell you, most book deals are not what you think they are, right? Most people think that the publishing company cuts a big check as a payment to somebody to write a book. They don't. They actually don't. That check that they give you is called what's the word for it? I can't think of it right now. Not a deposit. It's an advance. People don't stop to think, what does advance mean? Well, and it's an advance on the sales. And if you don't get sales, you actually owe the company that money back, right? So you don't necessarily want a book deal with a traditional publishing company. They're kind of like the record companies these days. They're dinosaurs. They need to go extinct. They're awful. And how do you write a book? How do you get a book published, right? Those things are all big, big hurdles. Well, one of the things that we started doing about 14 years ago now, we had our first book. And by the way, this is my first book that I wrote called Learn Hypnosis Now. This book, I wrote it in 2001. This became a bestseller in 2003. It's consistently been on the bestseller list for 22 years now. This book launched my career in hypnosis, right? This helped me build my list of clients where I got hypnosis clients. Eventually, I got hypnosis students out of this and absolutely launched my career. I spent a year writing this book, by the way. And the only reason I stopped writing it was because I was sick of writing it. I wasn't actually done. I just got sick of writing it, so I published it. And I had to learn how to self-publish and go through all that pain and horrible. I actually just found a copy of the very first book that I ever published. I went to a printing house and they asked me if I wanted UV on my book. And I was like, I didn't know what that was. And I was like, no. I didn't realize UV is that gloss that they actually kind of like a tape that they actually put on the cover of the book. So when I got the book, there was no covering on it. It was ink, just raw ink on a page, and it was literally coming off of my fingers. My first 100 books that I bought at $15, no, they were $20 a piece. I couldn't even make profit at $20. So this was my first book that I published 40 years ago now, and I've been publishing ever since. I've actually been in the publishing industry since 1998. 10 years off there. Since 1998, I used to be a technical editor for Macmillan Publishing and edited a bunch of books. But for the last 14 years, we've been putting together these collaboration books. Here's one. My green screen's messing with it, obviously. This is my first one that I did called Unstuck, The Owner's Manual for Success. That was a wild success. We did another one 13 years ago. This one's called Quick Fix Recipes for Bliss. We do these every so often. And the reason why we do them is because one of the hurdles that keeps people from being successful in the field is that they are the best kept secret. They are unknown, just another fish in the pond. How do you stand out, right? And so this is one of the things that we do. And we've done several of these really over the last couple of years. We've really accelerated these. Here's one that we did 2 years ago called Becoming Positively Awesome. And then we did, the next one was All the Answers Are Within. And then we did Mastery of the Mind. We did one with legendary voice coach Roger Love's group called For the Love of Transformation. And then our most recent one is called Inner Revolution, Embracing Change to Achieve Greatness. So we've done this many times. In the last 2 years, we've made 111 people best-selling authors. When you are a best-selling author, you stand out from the crowd. You're a different breed. You're not just a certified whatever. You are now an authority in your field. You're somebody who people look up to, who the media wants to talk to, who podcasters want to have on, who people who do summits want to have on their summits, and somebody who clients want to chase instead of you chasing them. And that's one of the biggest reasons why we do this, is to help people, just get that status. And that's really what it's all about. And so we have another project which is coming up now, and it's coming up very, very quickly, actually. This project is a new book that we're doing called The Courage to Win. Shift your mindset and conquer every obstacle. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, what if I don't know what to write? We'll help you, right? We've done this with 111 people in the last 2 years. We're absolutely happy to help you come up with ideas. Trust me, if you're an NLP practitioner, you have tons of stuff to talk about. You could pick any one of the NLP presuppositions and write 10 pages about how that helps in your life. If you're a hypnotherapist, you got so much content that you could write about. If you're a coach, you could talk about one of your methods or one of your ways that you like to help people. And there's so much that you can write about. And the beauty is this is what we call a collaboration book. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders and carry an entire book yourself, what some people spend 10 years trying to do because they just don't know how to write, right? I'm going to actually teach you a method that I developed. And it's one of the reasons why I'm the author of 16 books. I can write books like that because I developed this method. It's based on neurolinguistic programming. And I'm going to teach you how to never have writer's block ever again. You will have ideas flowing, more ideas than you could possibly keep up with flowing out of you. And it really taps into the creativity, the unconscious mind, and lets things come out of you. And so this book, we're actually starting on March 3rd. So that is just 8 days from now. We're going to start our first Zoom. And what we do is every week we get on Zoom, I teach you a lesson, I answer your questions, I coach you on how to write your book. Now, you might be thinking, but Michael, I failed, English in 9th grade. I actually did fail English in 9th grade. I failed English in 10th grade. I failed English in 11th grade. I failed all my years of English. I had to go to summer school every single year of high school. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if your writing stinks. It doesn't matter if you don't know what comma or period to put, if you don't cross your I's or dot your T's, right? Because we actually have a professional editor who is going to go through every single chapter and edit the chapter for us. Her name is Elizabeth. She's worked on us with every one of these books in the last 2 years, and she's absolutely amazing. And so it doesn't matter what your writing skill is. We'll help you brainstorm a topic. We'll help you. I'll teach you the method to write your 10 pages. That's all you have to write is 10 pages. That's the beauty of collaboration. When we all work together, we can get a book like this done in a few weeks. Matter of fact, our first collaboration book we did, Unstuck, we got done in 4 days. I don't know anybody that's done a book in 4 days. I actually did a book in 1 day. I did this book about 14 years ago, How to Create Your Day. As far as I know, I'm the first person to ever write, publish, edit, market, and sell my first copy of a book in under 18 hours. Did that as a challenge to myself. But we're going to give you a lot more than 4 days, right? We actually have 11 weeks to get this done. Most people get their chapter written in about an hour to 2 hours. And we have this amazing website that we've developed that when you're a co-author in the book, you'll come in, you'll find your book in here, you'll click access this project, and everything that you need to be successful is right here in this website, right? If you don't have a professional bio, we have software that will help you write your bio for you. If you, when you're writing your chapter For example, we have AI tools, artificial intelligence tools like Start My Chapter For Me. If you got a great idea and you just don't know how to get started, sometimes the first 2 paragraphs and the last 2 paragraphs are the hardest things to write. So we have Start My Chapter and Write a Conclusion. It'll help you either start and get started, or it'll help you wrap up. We also have things like Write the Next Sentence. If you hit a roadblock and you're not sure what to write, it'll scan everything that you've written before and it'll write the next sentence for you. And right, oftentimes that just gets you unstuck and you start flowing again. We also have Write the Next Paragraph. We have Reword This Selection. If you wrote something, you're like, man, that's kind of funky the way I said that, but I don't know how to say it any other way. You select that section, you hit Reword. We have Rate My Reading Level. We actually don't want to write to a very high reading level. Those people who are like, oh, my writing's not very good. I don't write to like a college level. You don't want to, right? In the publishing industry, the dirty little secret is that everybody reads at about a 5th grade level comfortably. Conversational 5th grade level is all we're looking for in this book. And that's what people love to read. We also have simplified this section. And if you get to the end and you've written your chapter and you don't know what to name it, it'll help you come up with names. So we've got all these cool tools in here. Once you finalize and submit, it'll go to the editor. The editor will edit your chapter, make you look absolutely amazing, and then send it back to you for final review. And if you want to change anything, you can do that. One of the other things we're going to do is that we're going to help you come up with some gifts that you can give away. One of the ways that we push these to best-selling author, right, to bestseller, is that we bribe people. Yeah, we do. We actually bribe people. The fact is, and by the way, some people go, isn't this illegitimate? Aren't you just engineering bestseller status? Every bestseller is engineered. The book industry is a business industry. That means every book that's published is marketed. Stephen King markets his books. And in particular, he markets his books to a launch date. So everyone goes and buys it on the launch date and he hits the bestseller list. Every author that hits bestseller engineers bestseller. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just called business. We're going to engineer bestseller because we're not going to make it about the book. We're going to offer people gifts. And when we have 20 people in the book, 21 including me, who are all offering valuable gifts, over $1,000 worth of gifts, right? We only have to have a gift that's about $50 in value. You could do something like a guided meditation. You could do an addendum to your chapter. You could do an audio. You could do a short course, like a 20 or 30-minute course, all kinds of things. We'll actually help you generate ideas and brainstorm. And then we'll set up your launch gift as well as a chapter gift. So every author at the end of their chapter has a bio, which will help you write. And at the bottom, there's a link that says, hey, if you like Joe's chapter, go here to get more from him, right? And then they go and they can opt into your list. We're actually going to help you build your email list through this process. And the way we're going to do that is we're actually going to host landing pages for you. So we actually have, and we haven't built these yet because this is a brand new book, but we actually have a landing page software. We'll build the landing page for you and host it for you. And so when we launch the book, people can go get the gift from you. And the way they get the gift is they put in their name and email address, and now they're joining your email list, right? Every single author that we've done this with in the last 2 years has built their email list, right? Now, I don't know how many people you're going to get. You might get 20, you might get 200, you might get 2,000. I don't know how many people you're going to get on your list, but it's kind of the gravy, right? It's like a nice little extra benefit. We've had authors of these books that have gotten high ticket clients from the opt-ins that they've gotten on their list. Not everybody does, but the people who work the list have a much better chance of doing that. So this book is coming up very, very quickly. If you want to join and have, number one, the most amazing fun that you can have over the next 12 weeks, it's an amazing experience. It's a lot of fun. People overcome so many limiting beliefs. Hey, thanks, Matt. People overcome so many limiting beliefs doing this, right? Why? Because we're mindset coaches. If you have any fear, if you have any doubts, if you don't think you're going to do good at this, we're going to clear all that. Right. One of the first things that we do on the first Zoom call is we help you with a guided meditation that helps clear all that junk out of your head. Right. And we're going to get you to be a published author and a best-selling author. I'm the only person I know of, our company, Authority Alliance Publishing. This is the only company I know of that literally guarantees that you will be a best-selling author. How can we do that? Because we've done this so many times. I've published 16 books. I've done this so many times. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we will get best-selling author, right? I have a very large list. My list alone could probably carry us to best-selling author, but when all the authors together collaborate and we're all sharing with our friends and our family and our email lists and everything else, we guarantee it. So if that's something you're interested in doing, It's starting quickly. We got a few spots left. Head over to this link right here, www.authorityalliance.co/authority 2025. I will paste that in to the chat here. And hey, come and join us. It's a ton of fun. You're going to feel so good. Part of the, by the way, one of the bonuses that comes with this, you actually get our Publishing to Profit course. Our goal is that when you publish this book with us, this is a launching platform for you, right? This isn't just like, now I'm a best-selling author. Then it's like, what is the next book that you're going to write, right? We had Jeffrey who wrote the book, co-authored the book, I think it was Mastery of the Mind with us. He went on to publish his own book 3 months later and became a best-selling author in his own right. So he earned best-selling author as a co-author and then also earned best-selling author as an author. And one of the reasons for that is we actually teach you our best-selling author blueprint. We actually teach you. I've had people completely screw up this blueprint and still become best-selling authors. It's that good. So that's actually one of the bonuses that comes with the program. It's a 3-day course. We're actually not just going to teach you how to write your own book. We're going to teach you how to become a publishing house in the industry. Right? It's one of the strongest things that you can do. You know, Louise Hay, everybody knows Louise Hay now, right? But Louise Hay, when she was just this little old healer, she wanted to write this little old book called You Can Heal Your Life. And I think it was 140 publishers in North America turned her down. Nobody wanted the book. Can you imagine the book? You Can Heal Your Life is iconic. Nobody wanted it. So what did she do? She started her own publishing company, Hay House Publishing. Everybody knows Hay House now. Why? Because they're not one of the dinosaurs in the industry like so many of the other ones. I'm going to teach you how to start your own publishing imprint, which is pretty amazing. David's part of the project. Hey, David, he's fired up. I saw that David posted about it today, and he's already got like 150 comments on his post. I love it. All right, everybody, that's it. I just wanted to get that out there because I've been making some posts about it. And, you know, the algos on Facebook have not been loving my picture posts. And I know they love lives a lot more than that. So hopefully, if this is for you, this has reached you and you're excited about it and you're going to go and apply and learn more. And we're going to get to write a book together and become best-selling authors on May 17th. That is our launch date, May 17th. And it's going to be an absolute blast. So I'm sure some of the people who've been in these books with us before are going to publish or comment on these posts as well. So hope to see you there and have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Hakalau. Bye.